thankfully, I played Final Fantasy 14, which taught me math. But before that, the way that I learned math is pretty screwed up. Okay, I would have to get an MS Paint. Now, I remember this very clearly when they were teaching us how to add. I actually remember this. So she's like, all right, so don't let this be a crutch, guys. Do not let this be a crutch. This is just to help you understand in the beginning, but later you need to memorize this, okay? So don't rely on this too much. So I'm gonna, any number, let's just say 5. So here's number 5. Now how do we add number 5 to another number? Well, Mr. 5 has a dot right here, and he's got a dot right here, 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 and here, okay? And let's say we want to add Mr. 5 to Mr. 2. Well, Mr. 2 has a dot right here and a dot right here. Yeah. Yeah, and she's like, so this is just to help you for now, but don't ingrain this in your memory for the rest of your life. And I'm like, okay. So now I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7. Okay, 7 is the number. I actually still do this. Like, I look at number 7 and I'm like, hi, Mr. 7. So Mr. 7 has a nipple. He's got a booba. He's got 3 booba. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So that's how I count with numbers. But she didn't stop there. She didn't stop there, actually. Yeah, I'll never forget her saying to me, do not ingrain this in your memory for the rest of your life. Just don't rely on this super hard. And I'm like, uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay, I won't. I totally won't. Okay, so for the multiplication, here's how we multiply. There's a 4. Okay? There's a 4. And there is a 7, and he's living here. Okay. Now, Mr. 7 is not having a good time. Actually, first let me clarify. That number 4 is in fact a house. Okay. Just imagine 4 is a house and 7 is a guy inside the house. But Mr. 7 is not having a good day. And do you know why that is? That's because this house is on fucking fire. And I swear to God, this is the story that my teacher told me when I was about 7 years old. Now this house is on fire. And he is screaming. And 7, he is on fire as well. Okay. And what we're trying to learn today is 7 times 4. Now down the road, outside the house that's burning, there's a little road right here. Okay. And there's a police. Okay. And there's the fucking like fire truck out here. And outside the fire truck, there's the firemen, and they get out, and they're like, Sag. Okay. And they're talking to each other, because they're like, fuck, it's really on fire. Like, it's super on fire. And we don't have enough water to deal with it because it's that on fire. And so they're talking to each other and they say, let me make this big enough so that you can read it. He says, we're too late. And too late rhymes with 28. So that's what I think about every time. I'm serious. I swear to God. I swear to God. I'm serious. You're like, you told this story. Yeah, my teacher told me this story. Uh-huh. But I learned it. I never forgot. That's right. I have another story for you. Do you want to hear it? Would you like to learn some more math today? Is there a traumatic story for every single multiplication? Some of the stories are happy. Like 4 times 4 is happy because it's a 4x4, which is a car that the kid is happy to drive because he just turned 16 and it's safe for him to drive that. He can drive it. Okay, anyway, so another story, if you want to, would you like another? I mean, would you like to learn some more math? Some more multiplication tables? Okay, so there was, there was a desert, a big desert. Okay, huge desert. It's hot. Okay, it's horrible. It's so hot. And in that desert, there's a number 6, and he is having a bad time. He's not having a good day. And do you know why that is? It's because he is dying of thirst. He does not have enough water, and he's actually baking and dehydrating, and he's not much long for this world. And he actually has a friend who is with him and tried to get water but failed, and they thought they seen the mirage of the Coca-Cola machine, but there's no Coca-Cola. There's only Pepsi, so they are really fucked, and they're dead. Well, one's dead, and what can we say about this situation? That is, they're thirsty 6s. Those are 2 thirsty 6s. And you know what that sounds like? It sounds like 36. This is worse than Chuck Norris. Look, it's how I learned math. It's actually real. I swear to you. Like, I know it seems like I'm memeing, but I swear to you, like, no lie, this is actually the stories my math teacher told me when I was a child to help me remember the multiplication tables. Absolutely not kidding. Not kidding. And I do think about these stories every time I have to multiply some shit. Okay.